When I first bought this house, I was very excited. Seemed like it was a very nice, cozy, close-knit community. Then it started turning into a horror story.
In 2024, homeowners associations continue to be a topic of discussion and concern for many homeowners. While these associations were originally intended to enhance and maintain the quality of residential communities, they are not without their share of problems and challenges. In this video, we'll explore some of the key issues homeowners face with HOAs. But first, welcome back to my channel, where I share all the tips and tricks to help you achieve your homeownership goals. If you are new here, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for any future videos. A homeowners association, or HOA, is an organization established in planned communities, condominiums, and certain neighborhoods. Its primary purpose is to manage and maintain common areas and enforce community rules and regulations. The HOAs are funded by homeowners' dues, which are typically paid monthly or annually. One of the ongoing issues is the steady increase in fees over the years. Homeowners often find themselves paying higher fees, sometimes beyond what they initially budgeted for when they purchased their homes.
In the U.S., the typical home in an HOA pays between $200 and $300 per month in fees. HOAs have the authority to hand out fines to residents in the community that the association feels is not following the rules. Those fines may also accrue interest in some cases. The Inestrosas' annual dues for their HOA in Noonan, Georgia is $200 per year, which is lower than the national average. So on paper, their HOA membership doesn't seem like that much of a financial burden, but that's not been their reality.
Transparency also remains a significant concern in many HOAs. Homeowners may sometimes struggle to access crucial financial records and decision-making processes within their association. This lack of transparency can lead to frustration and mistrust among homeowners.
When we moved in 2008, we found out that there was a balance that was attached to the home because it had been sitting in the community, and they were fining us for that balance and late fees and any other type of fines that they would put onto the home for lawn care or anything. All of that was attached to this home when we moved in.
From 2008 to 2014, we tried to get in contact with the HOA, and we never had a reply from them. And we just kept trying and no answer.
By August 2015, the HOA put a lien on the Inestrosas' home. In the court documents, the HOA said the Inestrosas owed more than $1,600. A lien is when a party has a legal claim to an asset, such as a home, which can serve as collateral to satisfy unpaid debt. This can open the door to the HOA escalating to the next level of debt collection, such as foreclosing on the home or, in the Inestrosas' case, garnishing wages.
In mid-2015, they started garnishing my wages. The first time I learned of that was when I got my first paycheck that they garnished. I didn't get any prior notice. I got a notice 2 weeks after.
Even though the HOA was collecting from Jules' paycheck, invoices filed with the court showed they were adding fines rather than deducting from the overall balance. By December 2016, the HOA said the Inestrosas owed more than $4,300.
In 2016, I decided to go into debtor's court. My attorney and the HOA's attorney came to an agreement that I would pay $3,200. We paid in installments, and we finally paid that off in January of this year.
But it seemed like never got to the management or the homeowner situation. Just adding fines and adding interest. That's all they was doing.
So they were still saying that I owed almost $8,000, while my attorney and their attorney agreed on $3,000 something.
The Inestrosas estimate that they've paid about $12,000 in fines and garnished wages to the HOA, along with thousands of dollars in legal fees to their own attorneys. The latest invoice they received on August 18, 2023, says they still hold a balance.
Even after paying $12,000, they're still saying that we owe them $8,000.
After the past, 23, after the past 10 years. About 10 years.
Jessica Navas and Matt Bizzone, who are also homeowners in the subdivision, began investigating their HOA.
I started to have this feeling that there was something odd about the HOA during the pandemic.
They discovered a history of at least 25 foreclosures in the community over the past 15 years.
Just one house can have a record between 2 to 3 foreclosures within that time frame.
If Jessica hadn't just took the initiative to go to everyone in the community that she knew were homeowners, we never would have known any of this, because all we did was basically go to work, come home, raise our children, that's it. And we never knew that anybody else was going through this, because for the longest I felt like, is it just me?
I feel like HOA could be a positive thing when the community work together, keeping our houses looking good and good for property value.
A big part of an HOA sales pitch is that the presence of the organization can help increase property values.
The board is responsible for protecting property values. For most people in the United States, the single biggest investment they're ever going to make.
There's mixed evidence about whether this is true. A 2019 study found that on average, HOA homes cost at least 4% more than non-HOA homes. That comes out to an extra $13,500. But those property values can vary significantly by location. A different 2019 analysis of 3 U.S. cities found that the home values in HOA areas were less than those in neighborhoods without them. The Innistrosa's property value has increased between the time they bought it in 2008 following the housing crash to 2023.
I don't think that HOA has anything to do with our property value going up.
I feel with the HOA, the management company don't increase the property value. They're just there as employees, the community that increase the value of the property.
HOAs can also be necessary in order to manage shared amenities or land, which can be a value add for homeowners.
There are associations out there that handle all the landscaping. Even though you may own your lot, the association cuts the grass and they do all the landscaping. So is that a cost saving? Sure.
Management companies can help a community function smoothly, especially when a board of volunteers needs assistance.
One large company will manage 20 or 30 or 40 HOAs in a region, and they tend to have it down to a science. They know how to deal with trash pickup, they know how to deal with yard maintenance, they know how to deal with complaints, they have their fines and their enforcement down to a science.
Relying too much on a property management company is going to cause problems, and relying too much on the homeowners to run their own association is also going to cause problems.
The management company and the manager are simply a contractor to carry out the board's direction. They may handle all of that routine activity on behalf of the board, but those folks who live in the community and volunteer remain the decision-making authority. The board in that situation is still responsible. They are still the fiduciary. They are legally and financially responsible for the decision-making in that community.
I think that there are times and places for HOAs, and I think that they could be positive. But the abuse negates that benefit.
57% of homeowners polled disliked living in an HOA, with more than 3 in 10 homeowners saying they feel like the HOA has too much power.
What it all boils down to is this. If you're considering buying a home in an HOA managed community, there are some things you should consider. Investigate the HOA's rules, fees, and reputation. Attend an HOA meeting to understand the community's dynamics. Review the covenants, conditions, and restrictions thoroughly. Home ownership in an HOA community can be a rewarding experience if you understand the responsibilities and benefits. It's essential to do your research and strike a balance between the convenience of community living and your individual preferences. If you found this information useful, remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more helpful tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.